Welcome everyone. It is your Friday success stories. Wish Fulfilled Friday, the time when we actually delve into the law of assumption. What is actually possible in relation to this law? Is it truly just whatever you assume just comes to be? What about stuff that might defy natural laws or things that might just seem impossible? Can it really be as easy as making a statement? I've got an array of little mini success stories that I've actually extracted from our Discord community that people have shared, some of which whilst they've been in the community, some of which during their journey or before they even knew about the law as well. Remember my previous video, I was sharing about the passive imagination technique, and how many of you are taking part in that? If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll put the link in the description box. But it just shows how easily and effectively we can manifest from a passive state. We're constantly going into trance each and every day. What's up, Bean? What's up? Beanie says hi. And he's wishing you all well on your manifestation journey, but he's desperate to get to the, he's desperate to get to the heated blanket. It's like Superman across there. Cold times, cold times. Oh dear, never get between a dog and his heated blanket. That's what I'm going to say. But I'm taking from an array of success stories from our Discord community, from all sorts of things. Those of you who are worried about, oh, people don't change. I saw another video about that. Someone saying, yeah, people don't change when you're manifesting a specific person. They're never going to change. I've never known anyone who has stayed exactly the same their entire lives. I think we're all changing all the time. And so if you don't like your current situation, or if you're dealing with someone you think that they can't change, or the situation can't change, or life can't change for you, maybe everything seems to be going wrong. Maybe you're encountering terrible grief. Maybe you're uncertain. You've always been bad at a certain thing, and you've been uncertain if you can just suddenly become good at it. How do they do it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read each one, and I'm going to take something key from each one of them and reiterate it to you guys. I want you guys to make notes in the comments as well. What stood out about these stories? What patterns did you notice in relation to these stories? Because like I say, each and every one of them has something key. There's a pattern to all of these, and if I can just get you to think about that, to apply it to your own manifestation success stories, because all of you have them, you all have success stories you're sitting on. Start to reflect upon them, what you did, how you did. I did this with my client yesterday when I met him. His business was failing, no movement with SP. I hadn't seen him for a while. We had like one session. He had turned around so much. And this time when I saw him, business is a success. There is incredible movements and stuff happening. And we spent yesterday like breaking down the success, the unraveling of his bridge of events to non-successful business to successful business that just keeps continuing to grow and to flourish. How did it all turn around? And you see, it was quite eye-opening for him to see that as well. And I want you guys to do the same, because you're going to apply it to everything in your life, not just one area, not just one specific person, everything. You're in the Academy of Success, and all of you are going to get success, because that's just how it is, and you're here for a reason. So the very fact that you're here actually wanting to learn means that you're going to get success as well, because you've got the right mindset. You've got the mindset of drive, succeeding, learning. You're not going to be stuck here. So you're not going to be stuck here. So chill. Everything is good. It's all working out for you. Happy Friday, everybody. Have you all got your hot drink? Grab a hot drink if you haven't already. I'm on a coffee today, although I should have added some Baileys to it, because Baileys and coffee at this time of year is just like, mwah. It's beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to show you how easy this can be. I've shared the passive imagination technique from my last video. Like I said, I want to hear as well in the comments, how are you guys finding it? Did you do your passive imaginal acts? Showering these last couple of days, I've been doing it then, and when I wash the dishes, it's my favorite time to do it too. I've done a few sort of generic ones for feeling, to internalize a feeling of like health and vitality, and there was something else as well, but I've forgotten it now. That was interesting. There was something else too, a bit more specific, and I'm challenging the Discord community to do the same as well, and we're going to see the results and the successes which are going to grow from that. They're going to get amazing successes, I know they are. I want you guys to get involved as well. Start to embody things in the shower whilst you're washing up. You see, this is a real passive one as well, because I don't think this success story, I don't think she knew about the law when she encountered this, but now being a conscious creator, she knows. So this one So it was for herself and for her skill set. So she said, in high school, I almost failed English. I was really bad at writing, and I didn't even know how to write an essay until I went to university in my mid-20s. I didn't know about manifesting then, but I just remember saying, I'm getting better at writing and I can do this. Looking back, I was moved to go to a once a week group writing to help. So once a week group writing help session run by my teachers. I did what I had to do, then I'd leave. And to be honest, I barely listened in class. Yet somehow, my marks for my essays and my assignments kept getting better and better, and I was able to nail the brief every single time. By the time I finished my degree, I had really high marks, and I was confident with my writing assignments. After finishing my degree, I received an email saying that I was invited to an awards night. I declined because I couldn't be bothered. Fair enough. Then I received a phone call from a woman who worked at the university telling me, you should definitely reconsider and come to the awards night. She kept telling me that I should go, so I said yes. After finishing my degree, oh no, I've read that bit already, haven't I? It's so difficult to read these because they're so small. I've just screenshotted from the Discord. So I said yes. Well, that night I got there and I was shocked to discover that I won an academic award. I nearly read that as an Academy Award. Academy Award winner. Academic award and money. She won money as well for the most outstanding student out of my entire graduating class. The teachers nominated me and said I was a standout amongst the other students. How incredible is that? So thank you. Thank you, darling. We've got a room actually in our Discord community dedicated to people's success stories. And I saw that and I thought, that is so incredible. She went from almost failing English and being quite bad at it and having no faith in herself and her writing ability to just, despite that, she just decided, I'm getting better at writing. I can do this. See, she wasn't being delusional. She wasn't saying, I'm the best writer. I'm an academic award-winning writer now, sort of thing. You know, she was just saying, I can do this. She had faith in herself. I'm getting better at writing. I'm getting better at writing. You see, your 3D circumstances, you don't have to ignore them and you don't have to be delusional. It's not about fighting it. It's not about, I'm in a loving relationship. I'm married to my specific person right now. Married to my specific person right now causes a lot of resistance, cognitive dissonance. It's slapping you in the face constantly because your 3D reality is not showing you that. But if you know that every day I'm getting closer to that, I'm receiving the love that I desire, I'm getting better at this every day, that's how I'm seeing it in my 3D circumstances, then I have no resistance because, yeah, could very well be things are getting better. And imagine that she was moved to do this class of which it doesn't really sound, she said she barely listened and somehow her marks just seemed to get better and better. I was like that as well at university. I didn't make any effort in studying because, again, like I say, I'm too lazy, and that goes for studies as well. But I was determined that I was going to do well, and I did really well without studying, whereas my sister was studying like for weeks and months on end in advance. I don't know. It's all about mind. I'm not more intelligent than she is. It's just about the mind and what are you gearing your mind towards. Okay, so even with a simple statement, you can manifest. That's lesson 1 from that story. Now, this was a really lovely story. So she said, hey all, I just wanted to share a recent unexpected success story. So I've been feeling like I'm not connected to my son recently. He has autism, and with this, he requires me to care for him with basic needs. So during the week, I'm catering to his basic needs and making sure that he is happy, like washing, dressing, making sure that he eats, taking him to his transport for school and collecting him, and making sure he's decompressing from the day, tending to his needs, etc. Then on Friday, he goes to his dad's house. My daughter is younger and won't go to her dad's due to her choice. and a breakdown between hers and her dad's relationship, which I'm actively manifesting to repair. But anyway, because my son is slightly older and he's beginning to have his own life, I feel like I'm not spending enough time with him. And I had this thought during the week. Well, I had an email from his school saying that due to unseen circumstances, the school is closed on Monday. I told him this and I suggested that we go for a walk with our dog. This boy would melt down and be so dysregulated that we rarely left the house. But instead, he shouted yes. And this is so exciting for us to spend time together. Oh, and is so excited for us to spend time together out of the house. I only wanted to share this because I could have been annoyed that the school was closed, but because I'm quite aware of my thoughts, I know that this is a little gift of time for me and my boy. So you see that generally, this is the thing, this is when I've heard people say about, oh no, people don't change and once an ex, always an ex. And you get that a lot with dating advice too. This misunderstanding, this labeling that is quite unfair, that people in situations and circumstances don't change. Nothing in your world stayed the same. And I'm certainly changing all the time. I don't know about you guys. But you see, it even doesn't matter the condition, if they're autistic or if they're ADHD or if you're PTSD or if you've got anxiety and you've always been this way. It doesn't mean that you're stuck like that. You're stuck in the same patterns of behavior. Just like her boy was like, usually would have had a meltdown at such a suggestion, was like, yes. It's like, yes, let's spend this time, because she had this passive imaginal act, this passive thought, no force, no fuss, where she just realized that she's not getting to spend enough quality time with her son. And so she set that intention without even realizing it. Do you see, your subconscious can be impressed so easily. Your I amness can be shifted as easily as you want it to be. It's either with a statement that, yes, every day I'm getting better at English, or I'm getting better with this and I can do it. Or is it just like a thought during a passive time in your day when maybe you're daydreaming or driving or washing or showering, where you're just like, wow, you know what, I'd like to spend more time with it. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could spend more time together? Wouldn't it be, brilliant story. Here's the next one. My co-worker manifested their SP pretty easily. They were in the talking stages for a while, and then she said she couldn't do this for some reason, which made him really upset. And he seemed to be more than willing to move on. But then he changed his mind and he started telling his friend, very nonchalantly, that she was coming back. A couple of weeks passed by and he showed up to her birthday party unannounced, told her to come outside, and surprised her with a bouquet of flowers and a birthday gift that won her over again. He did it so naturally, and he kept telling me that he manifested her, despite not really knowing much about it. Not really knowing much about manifestation. Now I'm trying to tell him to assume everything always works out for him, because he believes he has bad luck with cars, and it's been showing. He's got his truck stolen twice, and he's got into a car accident after barely having it for a month. And the recent one that he got stolen and ended up in the junkyard with loads of repairs needed. So hopefully that will turn into a success story too. And that's really sweet. You see, we're using our power to teach other people about the law as well. But you see how very nonchalantly, again, he just said to her, I know that she's coming back, isn't it? It was something like, she's going to come back, telling his friend that she was coming back. I remember doing that as well with, I think it was my third SP. I kept on saying to my mate, when he comes back, I was just like, you know what, when he comes back. I kept that bottle of wine as well. I was tempted to give it to my friend because I don't really drink wine, and it was, this guy's favorite wine. And I was like, yeah, I don't really drink wine. I can give it to my mate. And then I was like, I'm going to keep it. Just felt compelled to keep it. And then I was like, yeah, when he comes back. Oh, when he comes back, when this happens, you watch. And this is why I talk so confidently now, because if I'm sort of declaring, I'm decreeing it, that becomes my truth. It happens. And of course, 5 weeks later, and he was back drinking that wine. So same with this. She's coming back. And then, of course, he was moved. He wasn't doing it out of desperation or anything like that. He was moved for her birthday and won her over. Just like that. It can be as simple as that. It's as simple or as difficult as you make it. We always have to remember this. Right, next one. I've been manifesting my SP for 5 years, doing all of the wrong things. Now, this is something really key, you guys. How many of you are doing this, okay? Pay attention to this one. Manifesting text messages, phone calls, meetups. No! But everything happened and then gone. Poof. My SP got married to someone else and I stopped believing in everything after I heard about this. But still, a part of me still wanted this man, and I was never in a relationship with this man, ever. Just casual friends with benefits for 7 years. One thing I will say is that he never left my life. Anyway, I reached out to Joseph Ally and I purchased an imaginal scene. I imagined it and then I let it go. The imaginal scene was me being married to my specific person with our child. About 6 weeks after I imagined, he asked me to be his girlfriend. So now I'm his girlfriend. Even though I'm not at my end yet, I think it's a step in the right direction. As for the third party, I actually don't know what happened there with that. But something is after changing that I don't see. I don't ask. We don't live near each other. I'm just going with the flow. This is a big jump, I must say. The biggest I've had in 5 years. And then she thanks Joseph Ally. So that's Joseph. So Joseph, for those of you who don't know, because there's quite a few newbies on here as well, Joseph Ally is also a manifestation coach. He's been at this for years. He's had his YouTube channel for years. And we don't know who's manifested each other first. You know, he did his perfect person list. I did an imaginal act specifically for him. And then I also did a perfect person list years later. And he just seems to be, he's an amalgamation of those two manifestations, my perfect person and my specific person manifestation. He is in the last video too. And he was doing imaginal scenes for people. So she's utilized that. Of course, that's the problem. Something as simple, imagine being on the journey for 5 years and getting this inconsistent result or getting no result at all. And then, you know, each time it peters off to nothing. SP gets married to the third party. And then I was just like, oh, okay, I give up. How is that going to turn around? I've shared with you as well, even one of my client successors who, even I was just like, how on earth, how is this going to turn around? I kept the faith, right? I knew it because I know the law is crazy in its own way. It works in mysterious ways. I knew that it would work out perfectly for them. But it was touch and go. It was hit and miss because it was like, okay, he's planning to move in with a third party. They're looking to maybe purchase a property together. Then they're actively trying for a baby. Then they're talking about engagements and everything. It just seemed to be spiraling out of control. But actually, it was all perfect in the end. I've already shared that. That was quite a while ago. I shared that with my client. And see, with this situation as well, and although they never really had a proper committed relationship, it's like now he's come back to commit because this time she went to her end. She didn't mess with the middle. Remember, we don't care. And I see this enough times. We state this enough times. Joseph and myself have stated it very clearly in our videos numerous times. Pay attention, guys. I've seen it in the Discord community too. I'm watching what the guys are talking about. I was saying to one of them even yesterday, I was like, why are we bothered about, you know, these events? Oh, I want to manifest my SP comes to this event. No, we don't. I know it's coming to the festive season. We want to spend Christmases with them. We want to spend parties with them and stuff. But that's not your goal. You don't care about them coming to an event with you. You want to be in a loving, committed relationship in which they come to all of the events with you. You don't care about a call or a text. You want a relationship that is stable and secure and has wonderful communication so you get all of the calls and all of the texts that you could ever dream of. That's why we go to the end, because that's a different feeling to the middle. It's a very different feeling. If I'm imagining that I'm getting a text, I get that text, I feel pretty good. You know, maybe it's a little bit of a kind of boost. But then what? It doesn't really imply that we're going to evolve into a relationship. I'm going to be waiting for the next text, manifesting the next text or the next meetup. I don't care about that. Whereas if I'm in a long-term, loving, committed relationship, I'm almost like quite content, secure. Every day it's just us together, life, love. So I'm not even thinking about texts or calls, or because I'm that stable, I'm that loved, I'm that secure. That doesn't even come into it. It's a very different feeling. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? I hope so. And I'm going to be posting out more videos and that to help you to understand, to help you to work in harmony with your mind. So if you're serious about learning, you're serious about getting success, this is the channel for you. Join us, subscribe, and I promise, I'm going to take you on the road to success. All of you, this is why I'm not even doing like a membership on my channel. I want you all to be able to access this information freely. I want you all to be able to access the hypnosis that I do, even though it takes me a long time to create those. I do it myself, all from scratch, write it, record it, edit it. It's freely accessible to all of you guys, because that's how dedicated I am to seeing all of you succeed. And if you need one-to-one support, yes, okay, come have it. But essentially, I'm going to be doing group coaching. I'm doing it every Sunday now on our Discord chat. We've got the Neville bot, which is 24/7 support. You just need to believe in yourself. And if you need that additional support, you don't have to be on your own with any of this. Okay, I love you guys. I believe in you all. But the truth is, do you believe in yourself? Are you ready to manifest something with a simple statement, or get in the shower, relax, imagine, and just be like, I wonder what it would be like if, I wonder how would it feel if I had my wish fulfilled now? Let's do some passive manifesting, because did you see a lot of that stuff was passive? No one was affirming and scripting all day long until their hand dropped off and until they lost their voice. No one was doing any of that in these stories. It really can be as simple, as effective, as easy, as passive as you make it, okay? Be playful, guys. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Happy Friday.